Hello, all, and welcome to this Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary! Yes, the day where I try to cover something other than war games. And today, we're taking a night boat to Cairo by taking a look inside the box of Cargo Noir, or Noir, by Serge Leger, published by Days of Wonder. This is a relatively older title. This came out in the early 2010s, maybe 2011, somewhere around that time frame. So why am I cracking open this box today, or re-cracking open the box? As you can see, it's not in shrink. Well, I went to my friendly local gaming store's quarterly auction. One of the neat things of my local gaming store is it has a regular auction. A lot of stuff gets put on the table. People in the community bring stuff in. The owner puts a lot of stuff out as well, stuff that didn't sell, and you're going to get a good deal. And I got an amazing deal on this. Had looked at it for years, but decided never really to pull the trigger, and I couldn't resist this time. Plus, it was the first game of the auction, and I like to get my feet wet a little bit. So, what is Cargo Noir? Well, this is a auction game. Imagine that. I bought an auction game at an auction game. It really is kind of an auction game of sorts. It's from Days of Wonder, and it is kind of steeped in the trafficking of contraband or illegal goods, and trying to, earn victory points. Yes, this is definitely a Euro game. But let's take a look in this box and see what we get. Now, this is re-unboxing because this had been used and had been punched out and everything before I got a hold of it. So one of the reasons I do unboxing videos, so that if someone buys something used, they can see what they're really supposed to get in the box. And one thing I want to say out of the box at the start about Days of Wonder, for the longest time they were kind of the height of production value in the gaming industry. Always has excellent production, excellent graphics, great components. Really one of the best, and I don't. They've been bought out a couple of times, so I'm not sure how much they still publish these days. But around this time, when this was produced, they were at the height of being one of the best in the industry of production value. So as you can see here, you get a rule book and nothing on the back, kind of wasted space, but there's not a lot to this rule book. As you can see, it's 7 pages long of rules. It's full color. It's kind of separated into these different panels, usually 2 panels, but sometimes you get 3, showing some examples in there. Here's your setup. Here are all the components that are supposed to be in here, and I did do an inventory. And everything looked like it was accounted for. You've got this main board, which is kind of the auction board where you're going to be putting the goods, keeping track of the time, or the turns, I should say, and then this is the place where you go to get coins. So there is a little bit of it's not necessarily a worker placement, because you're placing your ships that you get, which are pretty cool looking ships, to do auctions, but you also can place them here to get coins. Here are the different types of goods that are going to come out here. Alcohol, weapons, art, cars, cigars. There's all kinds of contraband that you're going to be trafficking in. There's going to be these victory point cards that you're going to be buying. Some of them help you during the game, and some of them are just really there for points, because at the end of the game, you're going to add up your victory points and see who wins. There's going to be these plastic coins. There's going to be these you're going to be using for currency for the auction. You're going to have your ships in your color. There's this first player marker that was already pre-assembled, but it was probably a punch out when this was first out of the box. Then you have a turn marker, and this is how you set things up. Basically, the way you're going to be playing the game is The first player will start and be, I guess, the first player for the whole game, but you're going to be putting, you're going to, kind of put out the different goods on these different areas. These boards are dependent upon how many players you're playing, on how many goods might be on these boards. But then you can take your ship, and with a coin or one or more coins, you put them down on one of these areas because you want to bid on what is in that area. And then if someone is already there, if you want to outbid them, then you put your ship there and put more coins down to outbid them. So there's going to be a round of auctions trying to collect these goods. And then once you've collected these goods, you store them on your board, but you're limited on what you can store, but there's certain cards you can buy to give you more storage so you can hold more goods. And then there is a kind of a mechanism on whether you have different goods or the same good on how many points you can cash those goods in for. So it's kind of set collection in that regard. And then you buy the victory point cards. That's a very crude overview. Can't play the game based on that, but that is basically the game. It's not that complicated. So it's a nice family weight auction game. I say family even though you're dealing with contraband. There's not a lot of, I don't think they have like drugs and stuff like that in here, so that's not too bad for a family to be playing. So there you have it. That is the rule book. Here are the different player boards where you're going to be storing your goods. You have your turn sequence here. You resolve ships, trade, discard cargo, and send ships to the black market, the casino, or to the ports. The ports is where you get the different goods. Here's when you trade in, like if you have different sets of goods, what you can trade them in for to buy victory point cards, and you don't get change back when you buy the victory point cards. And then this is all the same. So if you have same number, like 4 same, you get 16 and the like. So there you have it. And there's different player boards there. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you have up to 5 players. Here is the main board here, where you have the market, so to speak, where there's going to be goods that are in the middle of the board, so to speak, and then this is where you go to get coins. So you can see you get 2 coins there. Nice mounted board here, very thick. I think it's the same on both sides, even though, because it talks about the player count, how many turns you're going to play on the player count. Here are those boats that we were talking about. I think you're supposed to get 5 of each color. I didn't inventory the boats, but I'm thinking I've got all the boats there. Yeah, just eyeballing it. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 5 of each of the boats. So then you get the coins. The coins are really good quality here. Nice, plastic coins there. Then you get, these are the kind of mounted or really thick for the boards for the ports. So as you can see here, it tells you like this is for 2, 3, and 4 players, but on 5 players it gets a good. As you can see there in the corner, this is the way it is no matter what. Cape Town's always going to get something. So, but these are kind of the corners of the board. You got the sides. So like this is for 2 and 3. There's nothing there, but then for 4 and 5, you're going to be putting 3 goods on there or populating it with goods. There's Rotterdam, New York, we've got Bombay, Hong Kong, we got Panama and Hong Kong, so you can put those on different sides of the board. I don't think that really makes much of a difference. Here's the start player ship that's already built, the turn tracker, and these are the victory cards. So this is what you need to pay for the card, and this is how much it is worth at the end. Now, why would you want to pay 10 and have something worth 5 at the end? Well, this gives you a special ability. If you abandon a port's cargo to competitors, collect 2 coins. So you can basically, if you got outbid in an area, instead of trying to raise that bid, you can just leave it there, but you're going to get 2 coins. So if you've only bid 2 coins, you're getting your money back. So there's certain of these cards that let you do stuff. Here's during the game. Here's the warehouse that lets you store more goods. So you can, because you're limited to your player board. Here's your cargo ship. Permanently adds 1 ship to your fleet. So you start off, I think, with 3 of these, and you get an extra one by these cargo ships. I think you can buy, max of 2. You can buy up to 2 of these. So that's where you get 5 ships total, or the most you can play during the game. And the rest of these are just kind of like victory points. So you pay 25, you're going to get 25. This right here is the biggest card in the game, I believe. You pay 81, you're going to get 90 at the end of the game. So that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to do all this set oxygen, to do set collection, to buy victory points, and then add up the victory points at the end of the game, which is a different number of turns depending on the different number of people. So we're missing something, right? That's the way I was when I opened this box up. Where are the goods that you auction, that you put out and you buy? Well, I put them underneath here because that's one weird thing about this game. Normally, Days of Wonder is amazing how they do all their storage and all their components. But this one was kind of an afterthought. You got this big bag of goods that you have to fill in all the different blanks for the auction, but there's nowhere to put it back in the box. It doesn't fit nicely in the back of the box, with all these different grooves and everything. So I just put it underneath here, which is kind of a weird. I don't know. That's kind of an afterthought by Fantasy Flight. But here are some of the goods that you see. They're again nice thick bits here, kind of counters. So there's weapons. Here's jewels, uranium, alcohol, ivory. So all this is kind of contraband type stuff that you get. And there's all kinds of different cigars. There's all kinds of different goods. So you're going to be pulling out of this bag to populate the board so you can start your auctions. So there you have it. That is my Sanctuary Sunday today, which is a little bit of smuggling and crime and auctions. So I wonder if I need to do a playlist on auctions. I have quite a few auction games, and my family does love auction-based games, Chinatown being their favorite. Anyway, that is what I have for you today. I still have this cough for some reason. Can't quite shake it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to know what you think about this game. Is this something that you've played or somewhat interested in or not? I mean, it's a good game. It won, I think, some awards. Doesn't get a lot of love these days because, it is kind of a straight up family weight auction. It doesn't go a lot deeper than that, but interesting nonetheless, and replayable. So thanks you all for stopping by, and have a good one. Thanks for watching.